Hello, you wonderful people. Just making this video is kind of a little update. As we all know, YouTube is making its policy changes for the whole YouTube partner program, and it's affecting a lot of people, especially smaller channels, when you don't meet those certain requirements that even if you were already part of the YouTube partner program, you're getting kicked out of it. So that sucks. And as you can tell, like, that does affect me too, because I am a part of the program too, but I, as you can tell, don't meet the requirements in certain regards. So around that time, I'm going to get the boot, because I guarantee you I'm not going to meet those requirements by the time February 20th happens. But hey, you never know, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. I do want to preface this by saying this whole situation, my personal situation in the grand scheme of this whole YouTube thing is very different from other people. So do not take, I don't want anyone to take my situation and anything I say in this video and kind of my laissez-faire type of attitude about this whole situation and apply it to other YouTubers, like smaller YouTubers who this is going to affect very heavily. I don't want that. Like, everyone's got a very different situation. I'm in a situation where it doesn't affect me too much because it's like, for one, it's not like I make a lot of money with this whole YouTube thing. It's like, oh my God, like I'm drowning in so much money. No, I don't want anyone to have that mentality, which I'm sure plenty of it, like, yeah, I'm not surprised. I figured you weren't drowning in money. I was like, well, thanks. Glad you knew that ahead of time. But so I don't make enough for it to be a huge impact on my life. Once again, that's my situation. Does not mean that's not, you know, that this, especially for channels that might, you know, they are getting super close to that whole situation. It's like, oh, I'm almost right there, and you're going to smack me in the face with these requirements and stuff like that. They were this before, and now they're this, you know. So I mean, and that's just kind of talking about YouTube as a bigger, as an entity. You know, there's good and there's bad. Like YouTube, for all their faults, they do good, you know, good stuff too. It's a good platform. Yes, it has its many issues, but we'll always be grateful for the fact is that it's like, oh yeah, like I can upload stuff up here for free. That's amazing. And as much as I want to, you got to be kidding me. So that's amazing all in its own. I want to preface that. But like I said, like, YouTube has its issues, and like we're all kind of aware of it. But you know, like I said, it comes, the good and the bad, you know, kind of applies to everything in life. It is that situation of like, well, it does kind of put things in perspective of like, oh, well, that conversation everyone has. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, you know, kind of diversify a little bit. So, certain things I've thought about in the past for me personally is like, oh yeah, I could always do Twitch. But then I'm like, I mean, you can upload on Twitch, but like, you know, I've never like looked too much into it. I mean, their policies, I'm pretty sure probably at least somewhat close to being the same, but like it's still a situation like I'm not going to dive head first until I look more into it. But just that's the reason why I've never live streamed on YouTube, is because I'm not really big into the whole live streaming thing. So that'd be kind of a deterrent for me when it comes to Twitch, is because I don't know, I like being able to edit myself. I don't know, I learned how to do it, so I want to take full advantage of it, you know. So which is like, well, what I talk about, it's not like it's really an issue, but especially the way I operate, where it's like I take long periods of time to just, like, I cut out a lot of stuff with me just sitting here thinking, and it's just like, especially with what I do, it's not like, you know, not unless I'd have to change it up. It's like, oh, I could play video games while I talk about the nerdy things I do. Like, maybe that could be something, but it's like, for one, I don't have the setup for a live stream because it'd just be god-awful and terrible. Like, look at my videos, they're god-awful and terrible. You expect the same quality from a live stream, so that's one reason why I don't do, you know, those are the things that I think about in my head about the whole thing. So and really quickly, before I go any further too, I highly recommend, like, I'm sure a lot of people have talked about it, but I think one person in particular, I will link to the video down below, but it's like Philip Defranco. I think it was like the middle of last week, he ended up talking about this particular situation. It's like one of the first stories in the video he talks about. I think it was actually the first story, but nevertheless, he kind of throws out some suggestions, and I highly recommend, if you're a smaller channel and you're being affected by this, I highly recommend you check out a video. You know, check out Philip Defranco. Awesome dude, news stuff. Him and his team are amazing. I know I'm sitting here plugging someone else's channel during this whole situation. That's just how I am. He's old man YouTube. Like, I respect Philip Defranco because it's like, he's only one of the biggest YouTubers to influence me with doing this whole thing. Him, SourceFed Nerd, that, like, I probably wouldn't be where I am right now doing these videos if it wasn't for him and all of that, you know. So going back to kind of my particular situation with this, I had concerns about certain features that might have been going away, but it's like, oh, in the grand scheme of things, looked up things a little bit. I'm like, oh, that's not being affected by me? Okay, so I can still kind of upload without really being impeded. Because the biggest concern for me, because it's been such a long time, I'd actually forgotten like what was YouTube partnership specific and what wasn't. What does this mean going forward for YourNerdGasm? YourNerdGasm will still keep going to the way it's been going. I want to experiment a little bit more. It's something I've always kind of wanted to. I've already had in my head, like, I need to do this and that in 2018. Some stuff I've started in the past, I've never really done much with. I kind of want to pick that up and like do more with it. Hopefully, I'll kind of explain more in the future, but yeah, like I think YourNerdGasm, I still want to grow YourNerdGasm. I've talked about in the past like my dreams for YourNerdGasm. You can laugh, you can scoff, it's like it's never going to happen. It's okay for you to think like that. I think like that on a 24/7 basis, but I still want to give it a try. I still want to make YourNerdGasm into something amazing, like this vision I have for it, and I'm still going to strive for that, you know. So this particular situation isn't necessarily going to stop me. I'm still going to go full speed ahead. So do expect things to not really change. Like uploads will stay the same, the schedule will stay the same, unless things come up further in the future that it's like, oh yeah, I was completely mistaken about that. So things are changing, but I will let you know. I will update you regularly about the situation. If you aren't following me, you can follow me on Twitter. I feel so weird saying that because it's like Twitter's there. All I ever do is tweet about stuff that's uploading. I don't really just regularly tweet, especially for a long while now. So, but nevertheless, if you're curious about checking me out on Twitter, I got the link in the description, but it's literally just YourNerdGasm. Same thing for Twitch. Like I said, haven't done anything up there, but if you want to follow me on Twitch, it's YourNerdGasm as well. So I pretty much think that's really all I wanted to talk about in this. Like I said, once again, I would preface it, everything is about my particular situation. Everyone else has their situation, so just because I'm okay in this does not mean every other small creator will be. So once again, do not want anyone taking what I say and like, oh, like they should apply this to all other, you know, people as well. So but really, you know, that's all I want to say on the subject. So, but really, that's all I want to talk about in this video, guys. Till the next time we meet, be happy, be safe, love life to the fullest, and enjoy it. Good day and goodbye.